Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thai channel. This is San Antonio, Texas, United States of America. คุณผู้ชมครับผมกำลังเดินที่ดาวน์ทาวน์เมืองซานอันโตนิโอที่รัฐเท็กซัสIt is Riverwalk at San Antonio, Texas. บ้านเรือนอาคารต่างๆนั้นก็เก่านะครับ Parks Colip San Antonioหุ่นรูปปั้นนะฮะพวกฮีโร่จากภาพยนตร์ต่างๆนะครับเราจะไปขึ้นรถบัสทัวร์เมืองซานอันโตนิโอว้าวในที่สุดเราก็เดินมาหารถบัสทัวร์นะฮะรอบดาวน์ทาวน์ซานอันโตนิโอนะครับจะขึ้นจากนี้แล้วก็ทัวร์ประมาณ60นาทีนะครับตรงนั้นกรุ๊ปทัวร์อีกกรุ๊ปหนึ่งนะครับซึ่งก็ไกด์ทัวร์ก็อธิบายว่าเราจะไปที่ไหนอย่างไรตรงไหนมีประวัติความเป็นมาอย่างไรนะครับขึ้นรถนะ Go on the top
served as a recruitment center for President Theodore Roosevelt, who recruited some of his Rough Riders right out of the main barn.
To start now from Alamo, San Antonio.
If you were to walk inside, you would find all kinds of historical placards and art there. And there you'll also find one of the road departure points for Ripley's Haunted Adventure. Now also for those of you that are looking to head out to the missions, you can take the city bus out that way. You can catch bus number 40 right here on the left at this green awning. Now for $2.75, you can buy yourself an all-day pass on the city bus. And they'll take you out to the other 4 missions. Just keep in mind they do close at 5:30 daily, so plan accordingly. Now coming up on the right, we have the heart of our entire state, the Alamo, most famously known for the Battle of the Alamo in 1836. Now construction first began on the Alamo in 1724.
In 1793, Spanish officials secularized San Antonio's 5 missions and distributed their lands to the remaining Indian residents. San Antonio and the Alamo played a critical role in the Texas Revolution. In December 1835, Ben Milam led Texian and Tejano volunteers against 236. The arrival of General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna's army outside San Antonio nearly caught them by surprise. Undaunted, the Texians and Tejanos prepared to defend the Alamo together. The defenders held out 13 days against Santa Anna's army. William B. Travis, the commander of the Alamo, sent forth couriers carrying pleas for help to communities in Texas. On the 8th day of the city,
12 on your map. And also, if you happen to be there tomorrow, they do feature a laser light show on the face of the cathedral at 9, 9:30, and 10 o'clock at night on Tuesdays, so keep that in mind. Now coming up on the right here, we have the rear side of the San Antonio Express News building. Now the San Antonio Express newspaper is actually the only newspaper still in print within the city. And if you look through the second set of windows coming up on the right here, you'll be able to see one of the old printing presses.
Legend holds that with the possibility of additional help fading, Colonel Travis drew a line on the ground and asked any man willing to stay and fight to step over. Among the Alamo's garrison were Jim Bowie, renowned night fighter, and David Crockett, famed frontiersman and former congressman from Tennessee. The final assault came before daybreak on the morning of March 6th. Regrouping, the Mexicans scaled the walls and rushed into the compound. Once inside, they turned a captured cannon on the Long Barrack and church, blasting open the barricaded doors. The desperate struggle continued until the defenders were overwhelmed. By sunrise, the battle had ended and Santa Anna entered the Alamo compound to survey the scene of its victory. While the facts surrounding the siege of the Alamo continue to be debated, there is no doubt about what the battle has come to symbolize. People worldwide continue to remember the Alamo as a heroic struggle against impossible odds. A place where men made the ultimate sacrifice for freedom and a shrine to Texas liberty.
Over the years, San Antonio has expanded quickly from around 4,000 at the turn of the century to 400,000 by 1950, and then over 1 million by the year 2000. And it's still growing. The city has a diversified economy and many big employers. Some of the important sectors are financial services, healthcare, tourism, education, and government. In modern times, the city has been divided into 10 council districts designed to ensure an equal population distribution between all districts, with each district then electing 1 member to sit with the mayor on the city council. The city has more than 30 higher education facilities which cater for over 100,000 students. The military, of course, has a major presence in San Antonio. The city and its surrounding area are host to Lackland Air Force Base. Random boasts the largest collection of historic structures, more than 900 buildings, 9 times as many as Colonial Williamsburg. The historical integrity of the fort's different sections have been retained and represent different eras of construction, and reflect flight in history took off in 1910. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, military aviation development continued to be one of the fort's main focuses. The important contributions of Fort Sam Houston to America were recognized in 1975 when the post was designated as a National Historic Landmark. As one of the Army's oldest installations, Fort Sam Houston boasts its largest collection of historic structures, more than 900 buildings, 9 times as many as Colonial Williamsburg. The historical integrity of the fort's different sections have been retained and represent different eras of construction and reflect Army concepts in planning and design. Careful preservation of these areas allows the post to live with its history, surrounded by the existence of traditions of excellence established when the first soldier arrived here in 1845. an excellent relationship with the city of San Antonio. The two have grown together. The city has often been called the mother and
group of investors bought out the brewery and turned into what we now have today with several lofts, restaurants, and retail shops. Now, this will be a very food-driven part of town. If anybody wishes to hop off, maybe. Approaching the northern extent of the Riverwalk, the newer section.
จะเริ่มสร้างสิ่งใหม่ๆขึ้นมาอีกเยอะนะครับ
First one coming up straight ahead here is the mushroom-like structure, part tree, part mushroom, the structure into a pool. Now this structure is known as the grotto. It's supposed to look like a cave, and if you were to walk inside, you would find all kinds of hidden spaces in the structure. Now all this looks here. Now when you think Alrighty folks, now we're now approaching stop number 3 for the San Antonio Museum of Art. Now unfortunately,
were of the Spanish-American War. The VFW is open to the general public, so
lines right now. Now if anybody wishes to hop off before these once I reach a complete stop. They are closed on Mondays. If you have to be here tomorrow, they do offer free admission on Tuesday nights from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. So keep that in mind. That's because this building was also once a brewery. This is actually the Lone Star Brewery. Now once I make this right turn here, you'll notice this huge mural. Now there's actually so many murals in the downtown area. The city offers bicycle tours, about 50 of them. Now I believe they're actually going to retouch this one here. You can see they scraped off the entire bottom half. Looks like they're going to start painting here again soon. Now we're now approaching stop number 4 for the PSP folks. Alright folks, now I know it doesn't look like there's much going on here right now. Yet they do not open up until 4 o'clock today. But if you have to swing by a little later on in the evening, you normally have some fun. Now we're now approaching our next stop, which is stop number 5 for Austin's Barbed Wire Barbecue. Now this is an authentic Texas-style barbecue restaurant. I would definitely recommend it. They have excellent brisket, along with very delicious pork ribs. Now they even have a spin-off grilled cheese sandwich with an additional brisket, known as apartment complexes are actually able to charge anywhere from $2,000 to up to $3,000 a month per unit, which is absolutely ridiculous. So you won't have to see all the trash, the beer bottles, necklaces, bracelets, watches, phones, earrings, all that stuff you can find at the bottom of the Riverwalk. Now the reason why you can find all that at the bottom of the Riverwalk is because at least once a week somebody falls in, so don't be a statistic. Now also on this stretch of the Riverwalk, you'll find our lock and dam. Now this operates kind of
rodeo can be traced back to the ranches of the early 1700s and cowboys. They began to call modern rodeo would be born. With the advent of better transport links, the open range period came to an end. Better known as Calamity Jane. She was a notorious frontierswoman who was
It's coming up all the right here. Back in the 40s, this was the starting point. The First Baptist Church. Now back in the mid-80s, there was actually an investor that tried to purchase this property for $20 million. They denied that offer. They must be doing pretty good. Now we're now approaching stop number 7 for El Tropicana Hotel, which is the big white building here off to the right. This is the first hotel on the Riverwalk, formerly owned by Tom Benson, the owner of the New Orleans Saints, who actually recently passed. Also on this stretch of the Riverwalk, you'll find a few more of Carlos Cortez's art installations. And once I come to the complete stop, anybody wish to hop off and explore this section of the Riverwalk, this would be your stop. Also got a contemporary facelift on its outer walls, as you can see here. Now within these walls are many hidden lights, so if you happen to be here at night time, you can actually see this building all lit up. Now during this renovation, they put special emphasis on the front of the venue. If you look off to your right, you'll be able to see the front of the venue. You'll see that it looks almost like a Mediterranean temple of some kind. There with the terracotta roof, the bell tower, the mosaic ceiling. Now after this renovation, they needed a big name to reopen that venue. They have Riverside of the Maverick House. This is one of the many historic homes here in the area. And coming up straight ahead, we have Memorial Park. This is where you'll find the Vietnam and Korean War memorials. Once I come to a complete stop here, if anybody wishes to hop off for any one of those locations, this is the year. Right here we have another beautiful church. This is actually where Lady Berta Johnson was married. This is for Travis Park. Now Travis Park is definitely be one of the more popular parks here in the downtown area. We like to use this park for all kinds of events, music events, food events, church events. We even host something here known as Movie in the Park Night, where they set up a huge inflatable projector screen and allow you to come out with lawn chairs and snacks and just hang out and watch movies. Pretty neat little event. Now they also have free salsa lessons every Wednesday evening. If you look on the Vietnam and Korean War memorials. Now once I come to a complete stop here, if anybody wishes to hop off for any one of those locations, this would be your stop. Again, we do come around every 30 minutes. Museum. Now a lot of people think it costs money to go inside the saloon, but it's actually free and definitely worth a look. Now the museum, on the other hand, will set you back $20 a person, so keep that in mind.
Coming up shortly on our left is the Buckhorn Museum and Saloon and Texas Ranger Museum. The oldest saloon in Texas was started by Albert Friedrich, a young businessman, in 1881. He discovered that many travelers passing through town didn't have much money in their pockets, but what they did have was deer horns and antlers, which he would accept in exchange for beer or a shot of whiskey.
Alrighty folks, our stop for the Buckhorn Saloon and Texas Ranger Museum. If anybody wishes to hop off,
Welcome to San Antonio, Texas.
This was the start, and subsequently, the Buckhorn grew to become one of the world's most unique collections of horns and antlers.
Walk green.
The Majestic Theater was finished in 1929 and opened just a few months before the Wall Street stock market crash, after which time few could afford to build such expensive and ornate establishments. Designed in a Spanish mission, met its over the years, including Bob Hope, Jack Benny, Mickey Rooney, Ann Miller, Mae West, and George Burns. The theaters declined as the public's taste changed, and they closed in the 1970s.
Chicago, Illinois, when in fact it's not. In the original lyrics to the song recorded by Robert Johnson, the lyrics read, "But I'm crying, baby, honey, don't you want to go back to the land of California, to my sweet home, Chicago." Or Chicago, to be exact. Incidentally, recording artist and singer-songwriter John Cougar Mellencamp recorded in room 414 back in 2009, trying to recapture some of Robert Johnson's essence.
Alrighty folks, now we are now approaching stop number 12, which is the line stop for both the Spanish Governor's Palace and the San Fernando Cathedral. Now normally we would drop you off right in front of the cathedral, but they are doing some construction on Commerce Street, which is the street that runs right alongside the cathedral. So we are on this slightly detour route. Now both the San Fernando Cathedral and the Spanish Governor's Palace are going to be 2 blocks to our left. Once I got a complete stop, if anybody wishes to hop off for the San Fernando Cathedral or the Spanish Governor's Palace, this would be your stop. Alrighty folks, now we're now approaching stop number 13 for the historic Market Square. This is the largest Mexican import market in North America. And you'll also be pleased to note there are 2 very large indoor markets here that are air conditioned, so keep that in mind.